Hi everyone, I'm Breeish, and this is Abiotic Factor. Probably my favorite game in like 10 years, if I'm being honest. The Deep Field team is amazing, and if you haven't played it, you should do that and not get spoiled, because it really is best to go into the game blind. So this base is in the tram station, which is right across from the cafeteria, so you can get to it pretty much at the start of the game. It's a real popular spot since you have close access to water and you can get around the map really easily. It's pretty easy to defend. I got a couple lasers up here. I snuck on with a cubicle wall. I will say this is a very cozy base. I wouldn't recommend more than like 2, maybe 3 people in here. I like cozy builds. I tend to play a lot of Sims 4 and cram everything I can, and I did the exact same here. So since you've clearly played the game by now, you probably noticed a couple of the data mined objects I have, like the sign at the start of the game and that void chest. There's a few in here. I mostly wanted Space Queen in my collection, so I had to have it. So I do believe at this point I have collected everything in the game. You can see my various colors of headgear over there and backpacks. If you're wondering about the shelves, those are placed by putting down cubicle walls and then adding the shelves on and then taking the cubicle walls down. There are a lot of janky ways to build what you want in this game. I did eventually end up getting the grid snap mod that uses the same grid snap that cubicles use. Really fantastic mod. I added levers to my auto scrapper and my distribution pad just because I don't like when my stuff's taken away all the time. And if you ever watch that clip where the guy yeets his quantum pick into his auto scrapper, mistakes happen. The garden here covers the ramp. Previous attempts to build here, I have stuffed storage on there crooked, and it's not great, but you really need the space, all the space you can get here. At least I do. The moisture teleporters do reach my whole garden. I think it's just barely, but they do. Put a bunch of lights on the stairs there. I really think that has a nice effect. And you can tell Deep Field really loves Halloween, and so do I, so I decided to embrace it and go with a witchy aesthetic. I made a little altar table here. I thought the marble looked like a crescent moon. The pest teleporter, kinda useless, but I had to have it. I was trying to come up with stuff to display, and when one of my resident griefers was throwing everything on the ground, it gave me some ideas. Here's the arcade room. I put my bobbleheads in here. I freaking love those things. Space Queen is, of course, a data mined object, so is Janet's jacket there. It's one of the first things people steal when they come into my server. It's pretty funny. Sister of the Unlost. Heck yeah.
What are we doing here, Abe?
Janet!
So you can see I put a ton of plants I got from IKEA on top of those walls. I wanted the open ceiling because I often have to jump over the traders. And I thought the plants gave a nice effect to not having the walls all the way up. I really love the way this area turned out. Getting the paintings on the ceiling is finicky. You have to put a power strip in your hand, go like you're going to place it, and swap over to where the painting is on your hotbar at the same time. I did have to do a lot of fiddly tricks like that to get what I wanted. I could not fit the portal toilet, so it's on display, but here's the bathroom. Yes, my mannequin has a forklift head, and I did add poops for decoration. Both of them. I didn't want one to be lonely, but the sparkly one's definitely cuter. Over here's my collection of mystery juice. I don't recommend drinking most of those. I'm not sure you even can, but if you can, don't. I ran back over here to show you when I pulled the water cooler, the collectible one, I got a double from the max skill, and so that second one gets to hang out with the other water coolers. So underneath the garden area, I hid a bedroom behind that tapestry. You can walk through it. I actually built this area twice. The first time it was much smaller and I had the bridge legs, but I added shelves and hid most of the legs. The bed kind of works. I can sleep in it, but I can't respawn here. I end up back in the cafeteria. The crystal ball idea I got from someone throwing one at my head and demanding I eat it, which was hilarious. I didn't even know I could do that. Honestly, letting people come blow up my base once in a while is pretty inspiring. Definitely have backups made. Some nights I have to reload my save a few times because everything gets trashed when redacted grenades get thrown. Here's another view of the altar table. Getting the rugs on there was a special kind of tricky. And just a closer look at the stuff I have on the shelves. I thought the purple powder looked really mystical, like an ingredient. Here's the living room. I really love the plaid couches. They are my favorite. I don't know that they fit aesthetically anymore with all the black and purple. I might want to swap to like the blue set maybe. But it's hard to let go of the plaid. Classic. The piggy and the lost dogs paintings were the first things I stuck in here. I had to make sure they fit. So floor 2 here, up the rope ladder, is where I put my armory. I had to ask people to stop stealing all of the ammo, but it still happens. Here's every color of fancy couch, my weapons, and oh yes, the yellow and blue versions of things, because I have to have it all. The gun rack was a pain in the butt, but probably one of my favorite things about this build. The sides are cubicle walls, and the shelves are just small shelves tilted just far enough I can still put an item stand on there. I actually did that before I learned how to press them both at the same time to get them stuck on a wall. Collected and upgraded every armor. The medic set I didn't realize existed, so that was the last one I ended up getting. The Maestro set and all its versions are so cool. I really love them. And tier 3 of the Forge set, the Atom set, is probably my favorite. It's very Fallout looking. I'm about to hop up and show you how I did the laser lights. They're just lined up and painted. That glitchy one is the glitch paint, the new paint. I really think it's cool. The question I get asked the most when people hop in here is how long it took me to collect everything, and I want to say about 3 weeks. They doubled the fishing rate right after I caught all the rare ones. I like to complain about that. So I had originally based in manufacturing in this save and ended up gutting that base to drag everything over here and cram it into the tram station. Here's my little porch rocking chair with the polished antique shotgun. TV to entertain myself, I guess. And here is where I managed to fit all the aquariums. The laser bridge here is a favorite for trolls. They like to stand on the laser and cause people trying to look to drop into the void. The fishing took me probably a week or two. I didn't really count the hours or anything. I did fishing on and off between trying to get all the kills for the taxidermy mounts and other collecting. And here is the portal hub. If you've tried to make a portal hub before, you could definitely tell I used the grid snap mod to get them this close together. I did use all 26 letters. Some I used multiple times, like my fishing spots one. It's RNG as to what portal I'll come out of, and sometimes it's a little irritating, but you do what you must because you can. I put portals to pretty much every sector, all the traders and labs, and definitely all the weather buttons. That's like a must. And of course I had to collect both colors of cots. This little window here has confused a few people. They don't realize it's the entrance right away. So these batteries here are specifically for my late cages. Every girl needs a skull collection, trust me. Like, if you aren't collecting and displaying the skulls of your enemies, what are you doing with your life? And over here I've got my laic containment set up. Gotta keep the squid girls fed, right? Better than them chasing me all over the dang facility. Oh, and I know battery banks are like a no-no, but I do what I want, so meh. I wanted the rope plant here just for looks, but it's usually a functional way to get into my garden. Oh, and Deep Field, if you happen to be watching this, I request more hangy dangles for the base. Like, I have had to overuse these wind chimes and Christmas lights. Also, I wouldn't mind being able to paint them a couple different color palettes. Pretty please, with gem sugar on top. Not a whole lot fits into the shelves really well, but I did cram a bunch of hats in here. Ooh, and all the journals. That tablet took me a hot minute to get. Oh, and if you notice, I did make every soup. The uncrafted pots do fit on these shelves. The crafted ones, I think, do not. My little trophy wall here. Item stands in the armory always have a cool effect. A lot of these ideas came from the Discord. The community for this game is just so awesome. Oh, I had to collect all the vehicles. At least the ones you can get out of reactors. So yeah, that's my base. I had a whole lot of fun building it, and thank you for checking it out. If you liked it, please like the video. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. I'd say subscribe, but I'm a weird little goblin, and I'm not sure that I would make more videos. A couple of the regulars on the server requested it and wanted to know my thought process behind everything. But thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.